Hello, it's Mr. Ripka reading Neruda during Corona. We have reached the Hallmark Day. Yes, the Hallmark, one of the many Hallmark days. We have reached poem 50. You can see that big L. Poem L. Poem 50. And if you look, you can also see that we have 5 questions for poem 50. Nice. So instead of the normal 4, we have one extra one to help us bring in a celebration of poem 50. Let's go ahead and begin. En español. ¿Quién puede convencer al mar para que sea razonable? ¿De qué le sirve demoler ámbar azul, granito verde? ¿Y para qué tantas arrugas y tanto agujero en la roca? Yo llegué de detrás del mar y donde voy cuando me ataja. ¿Por qué me he cerrado el camino cayendo en la trampa del mar? 5 questions for poem 50. And you probably heard once again that Spanish word el mar. So we have 5 questions again about the ocean. So as we go through these questions, let us think a little bit, reflect about in what ways the sea has been used in literature in the past. Or as you can see here, he talks about it being not raisonnable, that is unreasonable, irrational. So and you can think about for Neruda, in what ways is the sea unreasonable or irrational? But before we do that, let's think about the ways in which it's been used in the past, the ocean. Many times you'll see it being used as a symbol of power, strength, of course depth because of the depth of the ocean, a symbol of mystery because of the mysterious unknown underneath the surface. Many times it's even thought about as a sort of unconscious, the unknown, the underneath kind of thing. It's been used often, obviously, as fertility, water, life, and the myriad creatures that live in the ocean. And because of that, it's often symbolized in literature life itself. It can be calm, it can be raging, it could be deadly. The waves could be obstacles in one's life that increase and then die down. Perhaps Virginia Woolf's book, The Waves, uses the waves in a similar symbol, a similar image. But of course, you can make up your own mind about that when you read Virginia Woolf's The Waves. But let's go ahead and read our 5 questions from Pablo Neruda, the Book of Questions. Here, poem L, 50. Number 1. It started with ¿Quién puede? Who can? Who can convince the sea to be reasonable? What's it get from demolishing blue amber, green granite? A little ascendaton there, no conjunction. And why so many wrinkles and so many holes in the rock? I came from behind the sea. Now, where do I go when it cuts me off? And why did I close the road, falling into the sea's trap? Wow, there's a lot to play with here, a lot of imagery. I'm going to just pluck some of the images out for you so you can think about these. We have the ocean, the sea, el mar, and it talks about it being, why can it not be? Who can convince the sea to be razonable, reasonable? So we have the sea, and it's not reasonable. We have the imagery of demolishing. The ocean is demolishing something, and it's demolishing beautiful things, it seems. Blue amber, green granite. There was no conjunction between those two in order to just kind of powerfully give those to the reader. Almost like it's demolishing them, and it doesn't even need a conjunction. It also had wrinkles, imagery of wrinkles on the rocks and holes in the rocks. So we have imagery of rocks, sea, demolishing amber and granite. Granite's kind of rocks, and then we get into rocks and holes in the rocks. And then he just comes in and uses the first person pronoun. I came from behind the sea. Now where do I go? He seems to be in this unknown place. We talked about the sea being symbolic of mystery. Well, it seems to come in here. And then he asks a contemplative question, a deliberative question. Why? Why did I choose the road? Why did I close the road? Cerrado. Why have I closed the road? Falling, cayendo, into the trap of the sea. Well, what is the sea's trap? And how does one avoid falling into it? These are great questions. In order to help you bring these together one more time, I'm going to go through all 5 questions, and we'll see you tomorrow for poem L151. Here we go. Who can convince the sea to be reasonable? What's it get from demolishing blue amber, green granite? And why so many wrinkles and so many holes in the rock? I came from behind the sea, and now where do I go when it cuts me off? Why did I close the road, falling into the trap of the sea? Well, I hope you don't fall into the trap of the sea today. Instead, I hope you have a wonderful, great, joyful day. And I will see you tomorrow for more Ripka Reads Neruda during Corona.